Hi guys, welcome to the first video of 2026. So far, it's been a crazy month. It is January 29th and I've been wanting to record this video since January 1st. Honestly, probably before that if I was like planning content or whatever. But we made it to 2026, so a very late but happy new year to all of my wonderful and beautiful subscribers. I'm just gonna have a very real, genuine, raw moment with y'all. January has been rough. It's January 29th. Um, and currently it is 11:12 at night, and I'm sitting here recording this. But this has been a rough month for me. I started out, the new year great. Like, it's 2026, like, everybody's excited. I was with my family, we did fireworks, my boyfriend was here, everything was great. And then, I guess technically later on the 1st, I had to go bring my boyfriend to the airport because he was going back home. For anyone new here, we are long distance, so that was a whole thing in itself. And I bawled my eyes out for like the next 2 hours. Ew, I feel like I'm gonna cry right now. Ew, we're not gonna do that. So I cried the whole way home, got home, cried in bed, and it was just kind of like a very slow start to the new year for me. I usually like to go into the new year a certain way. Like, I usually have a whole routine. Like, all my laundry is done, my room is clean, like, I taken everything showered, like, my hair is washed, and like nails done, like all these things, right? Like, all laundry is done, like everything's organized, like just to make me feel like I'm going into the new year right. And none of that really happened going into 2026. I did have my hair done. My room was the farthest thing from clean. I had gifts everywhere from Christmas. My boyfriend was here, so his luggage and stuff was here in my room. I had laundry everywhere. I didn't really get like dolled up this new year because it was kind of chill. I was at home with family or at my sister's home with my family and stuff, so it wasn't anything like get super dressy for. And it was just like everything was kind of like chaotic and just kind of rushed. So it wasn't like the best start for me for New Year's. I didn't really get my everything shower. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff, right? So I having all of that happen and then going into the new year, bringing my boyfriend to the airport, it was just a lot for me mentally, really just emotionally, because I was dropping off my boyfriend. And like, we're long distance. We've been long distance for almost 2 years now. And it just gets rough. Like, no one talks about that side, I feel, that I've seen at least. No one really talks about how hard it is as a long distance couple every time you drop them off at the airport. Picking up is great and it's awesome, but it's really a dropping off that's like, ugh. So I think that's kind of like where this started for me, this whole like rut that I feel like I've been in for the whole month of January. And it did not help that I I want to say we had family that came in that stayed with us for a while after the new year, and then because they stayed with us, I wasn't like in my space. Like, we kind of did some shuffling around and I stayed with in my sister's room for while they were here so that they could have my room. And then I got sick with like the 2026 super flu, where I was literally down for like 5 days. And during these 5 days, I probably ate 2 bowls of soup. I had like a quarter of a liter of Sprite, very little water, a lot of Sunny D, and God knows how many pills I took. But it was all of that going on. Literally like bedridden for 5 days. Also, at the start of the month, I tried to do a thing with my content where I was like, oh, on TikTok, I'm gonna literally post every day of January. And with all of these things happening, with my boyfriend going home, me getting sick, and just like kind of coming into New Year chaotically, I feel that really had an effect on me creatively when it came down to my content. I was like, okay, well, I want to be more consistent anyways this year. Like, I think I did pretty good last year, but I'm wanting to be more consistent this year. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to post a video on TikTok every day of January. And I felt like I was just putting stuff together just so that I could have a video to go out so I can like stay true to my word. but I didn't really care for the content that I was putting out. It just kind of felt like it was all over the place and it was rushed or whatever. And then I didn't really see any like views or anything coming from it really. Like I felt like I was just putting it together and then I'm still stuck in 300 and 400 view jail on TikTok. But we're slowly kind of coming out of that. But all of these things are happening and I'm just like slowly losing it. I'm also like, while I was sick, I also lost 10 pounds during those 5 days and I'm already pretty small. Like I usually stay between like 125, no, 130 and 135. But by the time I was just getting over being sick, I was 125 pounds. And so it was crazy. It was a lot going on and it sent me into this rut where I had no creativity. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I currently like work from home and I work as a social media manager for my parents' business and ministry. I was just in this rut and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like I just feel like I'm not where I want to be creatively. The person that I love isn't here. And then realistically, like my relationship with God, this is not an excuse in any way, but with like the holidays and the new year and everything that was going on here at home, it just was not a priority to spend time with God. And it was just kind of like, I know I need to do this. So like, let's get in a quick little reading or like have a quick little worship moment just to know that it was like done. And it's just been like this whole thing for like the entire month of January where it's been rough. And the last 3 days, I I probably cried the most I've cried in my entire life. I literally took like a whole day and just cried because like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like I'm at home. I don't really go out anymore. Like I used to work at a coffee shop, so I would always be going out. I had friends. We would go meet up and do things. But since I work from home now, I don't really leave my house. And so being the social person that I am and never leaving my house, I feel like all these things just kind of hit me at once. Like New Year coming in, I'm not really like any different from the last year. Like I feel like I'm in the same place. Like creatively, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like what goals do I have? Like what are all my aspirations and stuff? Everything just kind of like hit me, I feel like at once, and I was just like, what am I even doing? And like I had like a crisis, like identity crisis for like the last maybe 3 days. And I feel like now I'm finally at a place where I'm kind of coming out of it and realizing that it is okay to not necessarily know what I'm doing next or what the next step is in my life, whether that's career wise or whatever. It's just okay to be in a place where I don't know what's next and to be okay with that and to truly take this time to lean in and hone in on hearing God's voice and seeing what it is that He has for me and trusting that whatever it is that He has for me, that's going to be the plan for my life and it's going to be okay and He's there with me throughout each and every step of the way. I feel like most people's like videos or the creators videos that I've seen for like hello 2026 has been all of this like bright and shiny and like oh these goals and New Year's resolutions and all this stuff, and realistically I just did not have that, if I'm being completely honest. I have been in a rut for almost the entire month of January, from the super flu to the new year. Also, what didn't help was this freeze, like this snowstorm issue of a thing that happened. Like it was cute, we had our little 0.2 inches of snow. We went outside for a little bit, played around and it was freezing, came back inside, that was it. Then it was ice the next 3 days. So like that was cute. That didn't help with how I was feeling with like whatever this rut thing was. The snow and ice situation didn't help. I had a very like intentional worship session where I was very focused on the fact that I was going to sit and I was just going to listen for whatever God was going to tell me to do. And what I got out of like my time, my little session with God, was I usually hear His voice through song lyrics. So let me see, the song that I was listening to that really like spoke to me is called Another Surrender by Naomi Rain and the Woman Evolve Worship. It was on repeat for a while this morning and it was just really talking about how like here it is, like here am I, God, here's another surrender. Like I'm in the place where I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's next. I'm literally just here. So here it is. Here I am. Here's all I have to offer. it's literally not much because I don't know what I'm doing, but like whatever I do have, like here it is. And in that moment, like realistically, I feel like most people say that, oh, like I went to God and then everything was okay. In that moment, I was like, okay, like here it is, but like what next? Like just to be completely honest, I was like, okay, God, like here's everything I have. Like what's next? And after a moment of questioning, I did almost immediately feel peace about just being where I'm at in my life, where I don't know what's next. I don't know what my next move is, but all I know is that I surrendered my life to Christ. And when I did that, I gave him full control of whatever could happen in my life. And so, because of all of that, I am able to have peace in knowing that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. I don't have to have it all figured out with as much of a control freak as I feel like I am. I know that I'm not in control over everything that goes on in my life. So I have to give it to God. And that moment where I felt that peace was just so fulfilling and overwhelming. Then I cried again. But I also blame it on my period because I was also on my period this last week and it was a little rough, y'all. But anyways, I'm coming out of this rut that I feel like I've been in for the entire month of January, and I can now flow creatively, or I feel like I can at least start moving in some kind of direction, like lay out some kind of outline or some kind of plan, some kind of goal. So I just wanted to make my first video of 2026 completely real, completely genuine and honest, and really just kind of let y'all know where I was at, because it wasn't pretty my first month of 2026. The snowstorm, the super flu, and New Year's, I was like, God, I need something. I need help. So I was in that rut. I am coming out of that rut, thank goodness, because I needed to. And I'm excited for what 2026 has to offer. I am ready for what God has to offer me in 2026. And like the song said that I mentioned earlier, like I'm just ready to give it all. Like here it is. Here is my 2026. God, do with it what you want. So I hope this helped somebody who also may have been feeling similarly, in the sense that 2026 wasn't so hot for you. The beginning of it was not that great. And if that was the case, I really hope that this video kind of gives you some peace that not everybody's got it together, especially for the new year. I sure don't. I'm figuring it out. But seriously, I hope that this has helped someone, and I just want my videos to be able to help people no matter how big or small your situation may be. Hopefully, just me being honest with whoever's watching, I just hope that it helps and that the love of Christ is seen through everything that I do. So that is the first video of 2026, and I'll see you in the next video.